Hi there, I'm Binati Sheth and I'm available on all Unacademy platforms at Binati157. And this is a little something about me, so go through if you want to. And don't forget to rate the course. And if in case you drop in a lower rating, definitely let me know what I can do to improve on the course. And do drop in a review because a good review will make my day, and a sort of a criticizing review will definitely let me know where I went wrong. So definitely leave a review. And if you think that the course or the chapter would help someone out, do recommend the course and or the chapter. And if you have any doubts, feel free to post those in the comment section. And as always, definitely share the video on any available social media platforms that you could have. And finally, this is going to be a chapter in which I need you to just instead of listening to me yap throughout, just take I have mentioned the numbers 1 2 3 so on and so forth. So just pause the video or take screenshots or snapshots, and this is basically a list of the best 100 colleges of India as of 2016. This list has been compiled by seeing official as well as private sources. And when I say private sources, I mean websites that were not attributed to the government of India or the international bodies of ranking MBA institutions. I have taken the data from both official as well as private sources, and by private sources I mean CAT online CAT portals that we have available. What I've done is I've made a list of the best 100 colleges in India right now, and that list is compiled from, as I mentioned, official and official sources. All I've seen is where these colleges are coming on the top in the most places, right? Definitely, this classification is done on basis of a lot of factors. The primary deciding factors are, of course, placement. Second is infrastructure, and third is how many new initiatives, or how many new like the MBA equivalent of patents are being claimed out of or filed out of these colleges. Don't be surprised by the name you see first, which is FMS, or Faculty of Management Studies in Delhi, which offers a full-time MBA. And these are the minimum qualifications you require to get into this college. So like if in your graduate school you scored, say, and if you were in an engineering graduate school and your overall CGPA turned out to be, say, 5.9 on 10. So because the criteria is set at 6 out of 10, you won't qualify for this college. So that is what we mean when we say eligibility criteria. Obviously, you need to score really, really well in the competitive exam as well. But before that, like, the first filter will be your graduation scores, right? This is a list containing the top 100 colleges. And as I mentioned, I did not make this list. This list was made, or the deciding bodies like accreditation and things like that. When these inspections go into colleges, they see everything that the college has to offer, and every year private institutions as well as government institutions ensure whether data is holding steady. These are the lists that are combined or compiled on account of various factors, right? Placements, globalized approach, or how many visiting faculties from international as well as national organizations that come to teach practical aspects of business to students, etc., etc. So currently, FMS Delhi is the best college that India has to offer. On second, we have a name that we've heard all our life from parents and peers alike, which is Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, or IIMA. Then we have IIMB, then IIMC. So if you want to get into one of the 4 best colleges in India, you need to have a percentage specific or minimum required percentage from your graduation days. So if you don't really qualify for these, then tough luck. There are many other options available for you as we go on down the list. You will see, right, some colleges will set the limit at 55 while other are setting at 45. So this data will differ or change from college to college. And if you fall under the reservation category, you have my apologies, because I did not really put in the specifications of the reservation quota, because if I was adding that specific aspect into the slides, the presentation was extending beyond 40 pages. So all you need to know is you will get a plus minus 5, you'll get a minus 5% advantage at least in all of these colleges. So if you are an arts, commerce or a social science student, if you are at 45%, then you're good to go, right? So like, to see the specifics, just go to the website. But like, this is for general category, right? And some of them, the ones whose specifications were not very detailed, I've mentioned it over here, right? Because certain colleges classify everything in specific detail. So if you figured out which college you want to go to, just visit their website. They have all the relevant information. So now here on out, just take screenshots and snapshots pertaining to the figure down here, which is, these are the first 4. Now these are the next 5, right? So just like me rambling on about these colleges is going to be pointless, because A, my voice is not very pleasant to hear, and B, all you have to see the name and see the eligibility requirement and criteria present in the next column. So these are the only 2 things. Like, you just need the visual representation. So this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, this is 8, this is 9, this is 10, this is 11, this is 12, this is 13, this is 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. So these were the top 100 colleges that India has to offer on basis of RTIs and lists and comprehensive data that all of these government and private institutions gathered. Now, out of these 100 colleges, there were more private colleges than government colleges. So the fee structure is also going to be a deciding factor for many of you. So if you have decided which college you want to go into, just go and visit those colleges' official websites. They have all the relevant information given over there. And like, I have seen this this sort of consensus among Indian students that studying MBA is very costly, and like, they are right. But then, even just like foreign institutions, even Indian institutions offer scholarship options for general as well as reservation category. So if you want information regarding those scholarships and those deals, just go to these official websites of these colleges. And you could also go to websites like Scholarship Darts or something like that, wherein along with you getting into the college of your choice, you won't really have to worry much about the financial aspect of you getting into the college of your choice. So thank you so much for listening in. I hope that me reading numbers out in English didn't bore you. In retrospect, definitely, yes, I do realize that this would be time wasting for a few of you, but then for most of you, I hope that you got to see something that you liked in the slides. So that's it. Bye bye.